15 years ago or so, we had Kermit the Frog as the Grand Marshal of our parade. So I got to spend a lot of time with Kermit. That was a highlight. And I got to audition to be the backup voice for Kermit the Frog.
Can we hear that? Can we hear that audition? Can you recreate that?
Oh boy. Let's see if I can do it here on the spot. Well, Nick, thank you very much for having me. My name is Kermit the Frog, and we're very proud to be at the Holiday Bowl. It's great. So anyway, I went through this whole thing right with the Muppets people, and I was all fired up. And meanwhile, I'm looking at Kermit over on the couch, like lifeless, right? And it was kind of disheartening for me. But so I did this voice for him, and they kind of looked at me and totally just like, deflated my ego as a voice for Kermit, and they said I sounded more like Fozzie Bear.
It's definitely been a climb up the mountain. I remember when I started in 2004. It was the second year of the Fort Worth Bowl, and I'm standing on the field. It's a game between Cincinnati and Marshall. There's ice on the seats. The toilets in the stadium are frozen. I'm like, what have I got myself into here? And I was like, there has to be a change at some point here, probably. And then literally my boss at the time, Tom Starr, and we made a list. We made a list of what can we do to make this better. And at the top of our list was honor the military and the armed forces. So he went to work with ESPN events and asking them what to do to change the name. He got the name changed to the Armed Forces Bowl. And then a week later, I was able to bring on Bell Helicopter for a new 8-year title sponsorship. It's eventually grown into Lockheed Martin. They're in their 7th year of a 12-year relationship.
We think we have a great 3 to 4 day geographical location for fans to come, have a blast in Nashville, creating an incredible environment. At the same time, we have a chance to really utilize some assets that we have that we feel like are unique to Nashville, and especially in the music end. And we try to infuse that Music City brand in every event we do. We try to make unique experiences for the players, for the fans, for the media, for the player parents. We have a special event for them. We do put the bands in the middle of Broadway and have a battle of the bands the night before and a huge fan rally event. So we've really tried to maintain a role and a mission and an overall arching goal of remaining who we are. And we're a fun destination. Come for 4 days, have a blast, follow your team, and at the same time, players leave with great experience.
We, like other bowls, we're just honored to give student athletes another postseason opportunity. It's just, it's great to be able to offer them that opportunity. Certainly, if you're coming from the north to come to Orlando this time in December, it's a great time of year. We keep our players on property at Universal. So we have a great relationship with Universal Studios, and they have they get to have an outstanding time. They get to go to the park. The practice locations are very close. They have an opportunity to do City Walk, and so we're just honored to be able to offer student athletes that postseason bowl opportunity.
The great thing about here at the Orange Bowl, I'm guessing the same thing at the Rose and the Sugar and Cotton and a lot of the historic bowl games, Sun Bowl, is our mission statement hasn't changed. It really hasn't in 88 years. And, it's about bringing economic development to the area. It's about bringing, a great annual series of events culminating with the bowl game to the residents of South Florida. And by virtue of the success of the bowl game, doing great things in the community. So, we're proud of it.
We were the 18th bowl game out of 18. So we were last, right, in the pecking order. And at that time, people were like, are you kidding? Another bowl game? Here we are, 43 bowl or 44 bowls now. And it's a great opportunity and a season-ending reward for student athletes. So there's never too many. It's a great thing and a great sport that we all celebrate at the end of the season. So looking forward to it. But, one of the interesting things I think back in those times, and we got more calls about being a bowling alley than we did about a bowl game, I think, when we first got started. So I guess to show the growth, we've gotten past that. Now people are calling about tickets and sponsorships and want to be a part of it. But like any organization, you had to prove your stripes. We got started, we were a minimum payout bowl. We had the last picks from the Pac-12 and the Southwest Conference at the time, and we were on New Year's Eve. So it's kind of like, all right, if you can overcome, the challenges of getting started in that environment, let's see what you guys can do.
Mission, quite straightforward, is to promote and support and strengthen education and equality in education for everyone across New England. So certainly it's a big task ahead, but we're starting out small with our Fenway Bowl honor roll, which recognizes teachers, educators, administrators from across the region who are nominated by their schools. And there are 30 folks who are going to make up this 2021 Fenway Bowl honor roll, and they'll be featured on the Boston Globe's website. 3 of which are going to be our monster finalists, and they're going to receive a grant. Thanks again, Nick, to you and to Bowl Season for the great partnership with Extra Yard for Teachers. So on behalf of Extra Yard and Bowl Season and the South Bay Fenway Bowl, each of those finalists will receive a $5,000 grant.
We had to grow and figure out who we are and what we are, right? We talk about Las Vegas being the entertainment capital of the world. We had to take a long, hard look as to what we were doing. If you think about it, we're fighting for every entertainment dollar with the city of Las Vegas, and Vegas continues to reinvent itself, continues to attract world-class events. And so we had to take a long, hard look as to who we are and what we were going to grow into. And I've used this before with a number of people is we're going out on the streets in May, June, July, and August, and we're asking people to buy tickets to a game where I can't tell you who's playing in the game till 2 weeks before. So what we had to do is we had to create that kind of identity and separate ourselves into being a special event.
Really, the biggest difference maker for us is the fact that we have 2 great entities, 2 massive sports brands in the NFL and ESPN that come together uniquely here in Houston to put this game on. We've started, when I got in this role in 2014, the first thing I did coming from the team side was really focused on creating more synergies in our game day experience at our Lone Star events, particularly the Texas Bowl, with what we had going on the team side. The Texans are the #1 tailgating environment in the NFL. 5 of the last 8 years, they've won the best game day production in the NFL. So there's so many talented individuals that we have the opportunity to work with.
14 years of history of this bowl in general, but trying to lay down roots and trying to rebrand and relaunch in the time that this country's gone through some difficult things. And live entertainment and sports is no different. So for us, aligning with a brand like Gasparilla in Tampa Bay has certainly set us up for success. And it's just continuing to try to work those relationships and create that brand identity that we all try to work towards in our own businesses, and realize at the end of the day, there's a football game involved with it as well. So it's exciting times for sure.